children, today we will discuss about numbers. For that, I will ask you few questions. Like here, you see how many benches are there in the classroom? Or I can ask you how many chairs are there. Here I can ask you how many dolls were hung on this wall. So what you will do is you will count all these things. And how you start counting? So you will start counting it from 1. Correct? So the numbers which starts from 1, that is the counting, we always start it from 1. So 1 onwards, whatever the number that comes, those numbers are called as natural numbers. And in the family of natural numbers, 1, we start counting it from 1, hence 1 is the least natural number. And then there are some situations where you cannot start everything from 1. So that means we need another number, that is nothing but 0. When you consider in 0, then it no longer remains as natural number. Instead, we call it as set of the family of whole numbers. So in the family of whole numbers, 0 and along with natural numbers, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, etc., they are called as whole numbers. And of course, there are some situations where using the 0 and 1, 2, 3 is not enough to depict any value. Like I am going down from the sea level. Okay, the temperature of the matter. Okay, sometimes they are below 0. Okay, like Siachen, nowadays it is in issue. There the temperature is not just 0, even sometimes it is less than 0. At that time we need the other numbers also to represent that, negative numbers. Okay, so that means the family of this whole number, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, to that family we are adding the negative numbers. Then the whole family of this positive number, negative number along with the 0, the whole family is called as integers. That is set of integers. That is how the numbers are classified. The concept that we have discussed, the first thing is natural numbers, that is counting numbers are called natural numbers, and we are using the symbol n to denote the family of natural numbers, that is n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Infinitely many number you can extend, but 1 is the least natural number. Then next is whole numbers is the second thing that we have discussed. To this natural numbers, when you consider 0, then it is called as whole numbers, and symbol to denote whole numbers is W. And I have considered few members of this family, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. That means you can extend indefinitely to any length, but the lower limit is here we have, that is 0 is the least whole number. And coming to the third family, that is integers, as I mentioned, all positive numbers, negative numbers along with 0, that is here the positive, the negative, and along with 0. That means here I have considered only the numbers here without giving the symbol. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means they are positive numbers here. Positive numbers means here I am writing plus 2, 1, plus 2, plus 3, plus 4, plus etc. Okay. Then also the definition says negative numbers. That means this 1, it is not just plus 1, it is also minus 1. I am writing plus 1 and minus 1 together. I can write it as plus or minus 1. Remember. then plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, plus or minus 4, plus or minus 4, etc. And even we are familiar about representing the set of integers on number line in the ascending order form that we have discussed in the previous class. Now, the basic operations here are addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. Now, out of these four basic operations, now consider any two members of this family, natural numbers, or consider any two members of this whole number are from the integers. When you apply addition or subtraction or multiplication or division, what is the thing happen with the result? That is the next thing we will discuss now. Let me consider, or you can take 4 and 7. Now, when you apply addition to these number or subtraction, when you subtract this, or when you multiply this, and on division. So I mean to say, add these two numbers 4 and 7, subtract these two numbers 4 and 7, multiply these two numbers 4 and 7, and divide these two numbers. Okay, so when we add these two numbers, the result I am getting is 7 plus 4 is 11. Here, when I subtract, I am getting the answer as 7 minus 4. The larger value is 7 and the smaller one is 4. Difference is 3. Now, larger number is having negative sign, so the negative sign shifted over to this answer. Then 7 multiplied with the 4, that is 7 4s are 28, and this division, since it is not possible to divide, it remains as it is. Now my question is, you just look at the answer what we are getting. This 11, if 4 and 7 are taken from the family of natural number, the 11 is also a natural number, isn't it? I can write it as yes, it is a natural number. Now, minus 3, is it a natural number? No, because in the family of natural number, the least natural number itself is 1. So, the people who are from the world of natural number, they are not knowing minus 3. So, this result is not familiar to the people living in the world of natural numbers. This 28 belongs to the natural number itself, so I am writing yes. And 4 by 7, it is not familiar to this natural number family, therefore I am writing no. Similarly, in the second family, that is whole numbers. Okay, now we just see 11. Is it belongs to the family of whole numbers? Yes, it is a positive number, therefore yes. Minus 3, no, because in the family of whole number, 0 is the least number, so they are not going minus 3. What about 28? Yes. And 4 by 7, again it is not familiar to the people living in the world of whole numbers. Now coming to the third one, that is integers. Look at the result, 11. Is it familiar to the family of integers? Yes, 11 is a positive number, therefore yes. Minus 3, in the family of integers, negative numbers are also there, therefore one more time yes. 28, a positive integer, so again yes. And 4 by 7, it is again no. Now, when you apply any basic operation, if your result is also telling you yes, if your result is also telling you yes, then we say that the family of that number, is satisfying a condition. That means the numbers which are taken from the family and the results are also belonging to the same family. At that situation, we call it as it is satisfying closure property. What do you mean by closure property? The two or more numbers, whatever you have taken from the set of natural or whole or integers, on applying this basic operation, if the results are also belonging to the same family, then we say it is satisfying closure property condition. Otherwise, our set of natural number is closed under addition. Set of natural number is closed under addition. Then the set of whole number, again SL, it is closed under addition. Set of integers is also closed under addition. Similarly, set of natural numbers, set of whole numbers and set of integers are also closed under multiplication. That is why we are extending this closure property only with reference to this addition as well as two numbers across the three families, like 4 and at this time let me consider 5. What is the sum of these two? The result is 9. Correct? Now, these two addends, what I will do is I will interchange their places. That is, here I will consider 5 first, then 4 next. What is the sum of these two? Again, it is also equal to 9. So, what is your observation? Here, the two numbers which are taken to add, those positions we have interchanged. Though the positions are interchanged, that will not damage, that will not affect our result. Result remains same even though we are interchanging the position of the numbers. Okay, I can generalize it as, take this as any variable A, take this as variable B. Now, A plus B is equal to result. Equal to, again 5 is taken as B and 4 is taken as A. So what I can write? B plus A. This is one of the closure property and we call this property as commutative property. So commutative property for addition we are having. Similarly, when you take the same numbers 4 and 5 multiply by 4 into 5, product we are getting is 4 5s are 20. Now interchange this multiplicand and the multiplier, that is 5 into 4. What is your product? That will not affect our result. Therefore, assume we have assumed 4 as A and 5 as B. Therefore, you can write it as A multiplied by B is equal to B multiplied to A. So this is the commutative property general form. Since we are adding here, we call this structure as commutative property of addition. And this we call it as commutative property of multiplication. Two numbers. This time I am considering three numbers. 4, and then 6, and then 10. Okay. Now, consider those three numbers and add them. That is 4 plus 6 plus 10. How we are adding this? 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 10, 20. So which are the two numbers that we have added first? It is 4 and 6, correct? So let me indicate that I have added 4 and 6 at first by just considering the bracket. To this result I have added 10. Okay, is this the only way of adding these three numbers? There are some people who will start adding it from the right hand side. Correct? How? They will add this 10 and 6 first. Correct? That is 10 plus 6, 16. To that result, they are adding 4. You can do like that also. That is, I have added 6 and 10 at first. Then to that, I have added the third number 4. What is our result? In both the case, we are getting the same answer. The sum will remain same, that is 20. Correct? Similarly, now the same three numbers, if I tell you to multiply, that is 4 multiplied with 6 multiplied with 10, what is the product? 6 fours are 24, 24 tens are 240. Correct? So which are the two numbers that I have multiplied at first? It is 4 and 6. Let me indicate by considering the bracket 4 multiplied with 6. To that product, I have multiplied this 10 as well. Okay. Now, is this the only way of multiplication? No, I can interchange the numbers as well. Like I will multiply this 10 and 6 first, or I will multiply 10 and 4 first, and then to that the third number can be multiplied. So there are three options by which you can multiply. I am considering the second way of multiplication, that is, let me multiply this 10 and 6, and to that product multiply 4. Now what is our answer? 6 fours are 24, 10 is 240, correct? Then here 10 6 are 60, 64s are 240. So that means in both the case I am getting the same answer. That means if I give the variables to this, let me take it as A, this as B, and this one as C. What I am getting? A plus B. A plus B first, to that added C. And I am getting the answer here, result. That result is equal to this one. That is A plus B plus C. Correct? Where I have added B and C at first here, so that A value is added. So this is another property under closure. Similarly, here also, if I try to write it in the general form like this, see, A multiplied by B first, to that multiplied C, and product is 240. The same product I am getting by multiplying B and C first, to that A. Am I right? Okay, so what I can generalize is, this is under multiplication. So here A plus B of C is equal to A plus of, bracket is, we should express it as half. A plus of B plus C. Here A into B of into C is equal to A into B into C. We call this one as associative property. So this is associative property over addition, and this one is associative property over multiplication. This is the associative property under multiplication. So today we have discussed about commutative property of addition, commutative property of multiplication, associative property of addition, and associative property of multiplication. And in the next class we will discuss about the third property,